My name is Conrad Murray. I'm a beatboxer, director, music director, composer. I'm going to do a workshop with you showing you how to kind of create beats and vocal percussion with your mouth, blending out of melodies and ideas from text, because a lot of the time I work with different texts, already texts or ideas that are already there, to create my own kind of adaptation and my own responses to those. So how you might go around doing that and creating your own pieces in some workshops. So hopefully you enjoy this. Yo, so in this workshop, it's 30 minutes of activities. So what I expect you to do is I'll explain some activities. You can pause, and then you can write, you can respond, you can practice those activities, then put the video on again and carry on, and then go through the next activity, go for the next activity. So that's how it's going to work. I'm going to explain some stuff, and sometimes there'll be some call and response in the video while I'm going to go on. And I leave these tracks running that you can write to, but you can always wind back and then listen and write to it. But also you can pause and get going to the activities, create your own beats, create your own sounds, your own bars, and get going with the activities. So that's how it's going to work. Let's get cracking. Okay, so we're going to be using our mouse. So you might want to start off by warming up and just doing some breathing exercises. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out. And we're going to do it in 4. So we're going to go in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. So in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. And do that a few times just to warm up. We're going to do some sirens, like an NG sound. And move your mouth and lips around, find different resonance, places you might have kind of little glitches and where you want to kind of warm up. I'm going to do a big yawn. And a good way to do that is to open the back of your throat. I'm going to go from a high pitch to a low. We're going to open our mouth and the back of our throat. So do that a few times just to warm up. We're going to do a lip trill. First, we're going to do it without any sound, like a raspberry. And what we're doing is we're breathing in, and they're actually supporting from our diaphragm. We're holding from our stomach, and we're breathing out. And we're supporting our breath here. So actually, some people feel like they can't do this, but it's nothing to do with the lips. It's the fluid air that makes the lips vibrate. Now we're going to add some tones in there. You can do that a few times just to get warmed up, and then you might want to warm up your mouths and jaws, do a big chew. You might want to massage your cheeks and your face and underneath here to warm up the bottom of your tongue. And like, la 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 la. La 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 la. Or just do, we're warming up our faces and mouths. We're opening up those cavities, getting some resonance. We're going to move our tongue 8 ways to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 ways the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to go 4 that way, 2, 2, 1, 1. We're warming up our tongues and our mouths. So you can pause the video here. You can proceed with that until you feel warm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the beatbox basics. We're going to learn the basic beatbox sounds, and that's how what we did with Cronto Nights. We all learned beats, and people got quite advanced quite quickly into doing beats and stuff. But once we learned how to do the sounds, we could then use our own creativity to experiment with different grooves. So what we're going to learn the 3 basic foundation. I say basic, they're the foundation beatbox sounds, but there's nothing basic about them. These are great sounds to create all of our music. So okay, what we're going to do is, wherever you are, I just want you to think of these 3 kind of sounds: boom, T, and clap. So can you repeat after me? Can you say boom, T, clap? And what I want you to do is I want you to put as much kind of energy into this as possible. Whether you're in a, I know it can be hard if you're in a small room, maybe your mum and dad's in the next room. Let's wake everyone up. So boom, T, Cla. Okay, what we want to do, we want to really open our mouth, put some energy into that, because music basically is energy. These vocal sounds, we want to put as much energy and animation into them as possible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn boom ti cla into, and how we're gonna do that is we're gonna take the vowels off of those sounds. So we're gonna take off the u, the e, and the a away. So instead of bu, we're going ti, e, cla, a, we're going to take them off to make. So we're going to start on the boom. We said boom. We're going to take the we're going to take it off, and we're just going to go. So can you repeat after me? Can you go? Okay, and if you find that you're not getting the right amount of resonance, volume, and sound from your kick drum sound, what you might want to do is blow a raspberry at the start of your sound. So the raspberry sound was, so you might want to add a little bit of that. Okay, you might want to add that to it. So that is our kick drum sound. So you can do your own patterns, and you can also rewind back and follow that call and response to practice your timing and also your hi-hat skills. Let's put our two sounds together, the kick drum and the hi-hat. So and you can do many different variations to create your own groove with those two foundation fundamental beatbox sounds. So now we're going to move on to the snare. We said boom, ti, cla. We're going to move on to the cla sound. We're going to take all of the a off, and we're just going to be left with the k sound. So we're going to go. Now you may find at first that your snare sounds like a, or maybe a, or maybe a. And that's all okay, because all snares are welcome. So let's do some call and response just using the snare sound. So great. So now let's put all of our three beatbox sounds together, these drums together. So and again, you can use many different variations to do grooves, and you can listen to music and point out the way the patterns are going with the percussive hi-hats, and you can kind of copy those sounds and put them together to create your own grooves. But we're gonna move on to the foundation beat now. Boom ti bu cla, boom ti boom cla, and this is a really important beat because it's a classic hip hop break, and off of this you can do all sorts. Once you've mastered this beat, you can do all sorts of sounds. Okay, so we're going to learn the foundation beat. So all I want you to do is I want you to repeat after me. Can you say boom ti boom cla, boom ti boom cla? Boom ti boom cla, boom ti boom cla. Boom ti boom cla, boom ti boom cla. Boom ti boom cla, boom ti boom cla. And you're going to turn that into boom ti boom clap, boom ti boom clap. So almost like we're going to break it down. So we're going to go boom ti boom clap. And what's tricky is going back to the kick drum after the hi-hat, because for some reason at first we don't, it's not instinctive to go back to that sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and go back to back. So I'm going to do a beat, and you can try this with someone else in your house. So I want to go. Now you. And if you're finding you're not getting the sound, you might want to pause this and just keep practicing your. Slow it down, speed it up, try many different ways. Once you have that beat, then we can start doing a lot of other things. So you can start adding things and writing with your sounds. This gives us a good groove. So once you have this, once you've learned this groove, you can add to it using a loop station or putting that on your phone and writing some bars to it, or getting a loop app and start creating. Once you have that sound, you got a nice core to start writing to and beatboxing straight away. And I'll give you some tips. If you've got a microphone at home, what you want to do is you want to cup the mic. So if I beatbox like this, it sounds like this. Ooh, things are dropping everywhere. If I beat this, obviously it sounds awesome. If I cut the mic, it sounds like this. It's a lot louder, a lot bassier. So you want to put it to the bottom of our palm like this. You want to cover it like that, and you want to put this little chamber here right up. You're going to put your handy right up to your mouthy.